mom of Hunter Akey. My name is Sarah, and a proud aunt of Patrick. Those are my boys. And we have been a part of Flash Love Spartan Challenge for almost a year. I've known Andre for a few years, going community events, Flash Love. Heard about Spartan Challenge last year at a Youth for Liberty event where he presented. When Andre presented that night when we left, Hunter said, "Don't even think about it, I'm not going to do it." What was funny was Andre sort of singled me out and told me in front of everyone, he was like, "Yes, Sarah, I'm going to take your son." And it was a couple weeks later at a different event, Hunter had run into Andre and a graduate from 003. And I found out after he told someone else, he actually hugged Ray Reynolds and told him that he had decided that he could do it. So Hunter decided that he was going to. Hunter faced a lot of challenges going through the Spartan Challenge. First, there was a social element of it that he wasn't used to, from being homeschooled and things. Another element was obviously physical. Hunter was a total gamer, and that's what he preferred to do. He preferred to game and watch YouTube, and that was his activity outside of school. Seeing him become less self-focused and more about the team was where he really overcame socially. And then physically, I think that kind of came along with it because he had a team of brothers that was relying on him, and he didn't want to give up on himself because that meant letting them down. And Hunter's physical transformation has been incredible. He couldn't do a sit-up or a push-up when he started, and now I don't even know how many he's doing. Hunter is a completely different kid than he was when he started. Sometimes I look at him and I'm like, wow, you went from being a little boy into a young man. He is more respectful to everyone. He definitely puts community first. He jumps at any opportunity that he gets to go serve. He cares more about his physical health than he ever has. He has brothers now, family now that he didn't have before. It's incredible, and all of that has translated back to home. Everybody that sees Hunter or has been around Hunter for any amount of time can see it, but the biggest testament to his change are people that maybe don't see him very often, and they come around and they're like, what happened? He's so different, he's bright, he's shining, and yeah, it's pretty amazing. I think the biggest thing would just be to love them through. They're going to struggle. And I think as moms, our instinct is to protect them. Mine was definitely to protect Hunter. And when he said that he wanted to quit, it was a lot of, are you sure? But internally I'm thinking, yes, please, because I don't want to see you struggle like this. But being supportive of him and just letting him, Hunter, you have to do what's right. What do you feel like God's putting on your heart to do? And just watch them and love them and be present because they need you, even when you feel like they don't. Change is coming, and it's beautiful. I have goosebumps. It has been remarkable to see. I've gotten to see not just Hunter transform, right? But I've gotten to see other young men completely change as they've gone through this program. And I'm getting to witness what they're doing out in the community and the love, the relationships that they're building. Nothing can stop what God has ordained to happen, right? And it's going to be beautiful. And I'm just everybody needs to be involved. There are ways that people can partner with Flash Love, even if you don't have a youth that can be, go through the Spartan challenge. Like, get involved in Flash Love. I'm involved in Flash Love. Like, we can all do this together. But the fire is starting right here with Spartan Challenge and Flash Love.
That first week was rough. Getting screamed at, and especially where I started. It was encouraging though, after that first week. I mean, it hurt. Never worked out before that, or did any PT. For me, the biggest part was probably the mental battle. Again, it's just rough. But they tell you as the weeks go on, it gets less physical and more, learning stuff, and that's true. I think my favorite part was week 4 or 5 when we did our survival stuff and we were learning how to build fires. It was rough at first, but it got better as the weeks went by. I never really had friends outside or beforehand. People outside of Spartans, you can't really build that connection. I think it's that initial suffering together. You can't make better friends than after you've all seen yourselves or seen each other at your worst and been pushed to the limits. You don't have that connection outside of Spartans. It's tough, but it's something that it's definitely worth putting your kids through. The effect for me didn't stop when boot camp ended. It continued, during the service events every week. I mean, I recall one story from that, or a couple stories where we walked up to houses and, people, they're snappy initially because they don't, know what you're there for, and they think that you're just another, insurance salesman or whatever. But once you are able to open up to them, I mean, they trust you. They let their guard down a little bit. So I think my message again would be to go through it if you can, and just love on people. Don't let people get to you. Don't let your friends pressure you into stuff that you don't want to do. And don't be lazy either. It's good to have stuff as a pastime, but don't let it become your life. I mean, build yourself before anything else.